All right. Hey guys. One thing that I have been missing from this group is kind of being able to jump in with my face and share some quick thoughts, quick tips with you. Um, the Challenge Tracker app doesn't have the live option. Oh well, it's still serving a great purpose for us. Um, so I wanted to put together this quick video to just briefly address these colorful guys. Okay, the container system. Um, for the past week, I've been sharing my food log in the group nightly and kind of putting little colored hearts beside the different meals and snacks I've been having. Some of you may get that. Some of you may be wondering what the heck, she really loves her food. I do. But those colored hearts are the best way to show, like through emojis and text talk, what containers the foods I'm eating fall into. So I'm going to quickly go over the colors with you. Many of you have these already in your possession. And those of you just joining in and waiting on orders and such, this is the container system. This is the portion containers that you're going to be getting in the mail. And totally, it sounds cheesy. I mean, they're just colored Rubbermaid boxes, but here's what happens. You are able to plug in some numbers quickly and get a quick picture of what a balanced day of food looks like for you. And for me, I didn't have a starting point with that. I didn't know. I just didn't know. When I started, I ate when I was hungry. And I had tricked my body into such a way that I wasn't hungry often because I wasn't feeding it. And so it it shuts down. All those things inside that are, that work independently, really, they require fuel. And I was slow to learn that I was the one putting the fuel in. So I needed something straight and simple. These containers provided it for me. And I've not left them since. I've strayed. I've not been as tight as I could be. I've not been as aligned with my um, containers as I could be. But so be it and so what. I have the tools. I know what to do to put in place to help myself feel better. Number one, to feel better, to have actual energy and not be relying on sugar and caffeine to kind of get me through tired periods. So let's get back to the colors. Let's talk about them, what they are, and how they kind of look like through a day. And stack the cuties here. So they're all different sizes. You may mourn when you first open it and think that they're so small and what am I doing with myself and this is ridiculous. But bear with me. And those of you that have been through here know that we're not starving through this. We're just eating a greater variety than I know I ever put in my mouth before this. So green is your veggies, and you're going to get these cute little stickers that dishwasher safe. They don't, you can write on those, they suggest, if you want permanent marker wise, whatever, like how many you should have throughout the day. Often I fall into the tier where you get 3 veggies a day, 3 servings. Fill this up. I've bumped myself up with little Sprout here, keeping me hungry all the time and needing some nourishment herself, so I'm at 4. So 4 greens. Um, the purple is for fruits. Okay. Tons of lists. I mean, it's all spelled out where this falls into. I mean, a fruit's a fruit. We get that. You don't have to like cut up your banana and mash it in here to say it's a serving. There are things that they've tweaked for us to help out, like a medium-sized banana is a serving. Okay. I'll get to that later. Your fruits, I'm anywhere between 2 and 3 a day. And proteins, okay, that's your red container. These all fall into specific measurements, like measuring cup wise, but I've had measuring cups all my life and they've not served me this well. I like the colored containers. I scoop it, I cook it, I scoop it, I put it together, and I eat it. It just works for me. To me, that's simple, and I hope it becomes that way for you. Proteins, I'm anywhere from, it's hard to get an extra protein. I think I sit at 4 of these. And those of you drinking Shakeology, that counts as a protein. And then if you mix in any like fruits, or if you're brave and you go with the spinach and knock that out, you can get a serving snuck in that way. So here's like the coveted container, right? Carbs. Had to break up with a lot of these. I got to replace it with a lot of other real food, but let's be real. Um, I wasn't surviving on carbs. Well, waistline wasn't anyway. So, what am I at? 2 to 3, depending on what tier I'm working at right now. 2 to 3 of those a day. Your healthy fats, they exist. They do. The big one that comes on my head is avocado. They've gotten real and tweaked the food list because, mayonnaise and butter are a part of our reality. And there's nothing to say that we have to totally break up with that. Again, don't base your diet solely on that, and I think we're going to be okay. I always get stuck on other cheeses. Okay. String cheese, totally cool. Easy, grab and go. Um, Sprinkled cheese, we call it around here. Shredded cheese for other meals, your salads, your tacos, your eggs, any omelets you make or whatever. You can measure it out with this, consider it a blue, and off you go. And then the teensiest one here, this is seeds and dressings. So any dressing you choose to put on your salads. I've got ones that I gravitate towards more that are pretty cleaned up, low in sugar, simple ingredients. That's kind of the crux of this, that you really want to start looking more at foods that are as natural based as possible, less from a box, and more from like the ground, or you are creating and physically putting the ingredients together to make a dish yourself, so you control the salt, you control the sugar. You're still keeping the flavors in place with spices and other mix-ins and such, but that we're taking control, hands-on control of our nutrition, the substances we're choosing to put into our body, and in the long run, getting a big bang for our buck. These aren't going anywhere. These are yours to have, to keep, to have and hold forever and ever, for better and worse, right? But what do they look like in real life? How in the heck do we eat from these during the day? I'm going to give a quick rundown. I mean, you've seen my food logs come out most nightly. Sometimes I forget, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm not trying to keep anything secret. It just gets away from me. So how do we do this over the course of a day? My proteins are going to fall out 1 in the morning, whether it's an egg, a couple of eggs, or definitely my shake gets in there as a snack, a protein at lunch. I'll typically, because yogurts and cottage cheese fall into this too as a protein, that's either going to be paired at my lunchtime and then round out at dinner. So I'm having protein, obviously, at every, what we would say, meal. I'd say sit down, but let's be real, we don't always get to sit down for our meals. So that's where my 4 fall in. Fruits, these guys happen to me as snacks most often. I'll throw in a shake if I'm really feeling lazy and stubborn. I am not a good fruit and veg eater. I'm just not. I'll do it more now that it's on my head and I realize what I'm supposed to do. But it still isn't always easy. So I'll throw one in my shake, like frozen strawberries, a banana. I've done blueberries. Those sometimes get pricey. But you get the picture. Often I'm packing a banana and an apple and a couple cuties. When I do the 3 fruits a day, that's what that looks like. Okay, snacks, they get this done for me. Carbs happen typically at breakfast if I'm having oatmeals, or if I do my sweet potato hash. I'll do that. I'll have a carb and a protein at breakfast. It's kind of a big meal, and it's a meal. I mean, my mother is probably, her eyes, God bless her soul, rolling in her head because I never ate it. I didn't care for it. I wasn't hungry. It was coffee as I got older. Even as a child, I wouldn't eat it. And I know that's frustrating as a mom myself, and I'm sitting here watching my kids, like, with 10 minutes to go before we leave the house, you need to eat, finish your breakfast, get something in your body, let's go. I'm a broken record in the morning, if you my mom can vouch for that. But so I will have a carb in the morning. I'm at 3 carbs now. Whoop, bought an extra one with the babe. So it can be breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me that's happening. So easy ones there, brown rice, some wild rice mixes that come in those quick ready heat bags. Obviously bread. Now we got to be real and check that because the book says one slice is a serving. So half a sandwich there. I've found some amazing flatbreads that work well and serve a good purpose here that get us a serving in. And oh, what was I want to like your pita pockets, okay? Those little smaller, like sandwich size type pitas, slice that in half, stuff it up good. There's a carb. It's still totally filling and gets your heart happy. I was a carb freak, so mashed potatoes and all that goodness. My blues, sparingly, doggone it, got to pick your battles here. I typically go over. There are worse things in life, so I'm not gonna, cry in my pillow about it. But knowing kind of where I should fall, okay? How far off the deep end do I want to go, and how frequently, right? Makes a longer road back. So there would be the healthy fats, and then this when I have my salad at lunch, it's just what I choose to take along with a protein and another side, veggie often. There goes my dressing in here. Okay. This really is surprisingly enough for your salad. A good serving size salad because if I'm making it, I will like put some romaine, some spinach business in here for 2 servings. Like I said, not always a fan of vegetables, to get that taken care of. And what's in here still covers all that, gives great flavor, and, keeps me within my limits. I don't have to drown it. Number one, wasting it, if we want to look at it that way. And then number two, you just don't need it. You really just don't need it. So there's the colorful container system. Kind of quickly in a nutshell, what that looks like applied for me food wise across the day. Hopefully that brings some more understanding when you see my colored hearts come up and my breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, 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 because it's, before we release from school, when I get home before my workout. After my workout, I'll have another little nibble and then my dinner. So, yeah, they're snacks. I mean, they're not full meals, and I'm not totally blowing all my servings here that are laid out. It's just that many options are available to you when you kind of clean up where your food's coming from and embrace the variety of options of food groups, which I didn't do. I mean, I'm using this myself actively because I needed these tools in place. I needed support and some understanding as to what it looks like to really feed myself. Like I said, so I had natural energy, not that I needed to feel plugged into a coffee pot or those quick fixes, grab and goes that bring you up and take you down and get you all just a mess of chaos inside. I felt it, okay? And so I wanted to get in here with my face, with my voice, show you the containers, talk real well quickly, and we're almost going 15 minutes. Sorry, guys. And so anyway, drop questions below, message me, let me help you. I've been there and trying to create these and plan meals and think of foods and how they fit in the containers, what's going on. It really can be feasible. It really can be simple. So let's keep the lines of communication open. I want this real for you. It's been real for me. It's been active in my life for 3.5 years now, and growing a baby girl this way too. So I wouldn't be staying the course and sticking with being active and really taking charge of my nutrition and health overall if I felt it was doing any damage or deficit to the people under my roof, the people growing inside me, and the people that I talk and share with, just to show you it's an option as well, guys. So listen, I am having a blast in this big group with us. 365, guys. We've got many more days ahead of us. So let's keep plugging along. Let's keep engaging in the group. Shout out, give your likes, give your sweaty pics. Let's see, what new program are you shifting to? As we move into summer and things start to lessen for some of us, maybe pick up, maybe that's your busy season of work or activities. But let's just stay the course, stay together. Know I'm plugging along right there with you, huffing and puffing some days, but right. So anyway, talk to y'all later. Take care.